Happy Tuesday, everyone. Question of the day. Are we safe in broad daylight? Really? Are we safe, running at a park, trail? Are we safe, going to a subway and feeling that nothing's going to happen to us? Well, apparently something did happen to someone and they were almost attempted to be kidnapped. And we're going to talk about it and ask the question, are we really safe in broad daylight or we're not safe? Welcome back everyone to That's It. Okay, you guys. So the reason why I wanted to ask you guys that question because I saw this video on TikTok of this young woman just screaming on the top of her lungs, like screaming for dear life, you guys. And in that scream, I will never forget about. I will never forget it. And it was just so intense, so oh my gosh, just like a horror show, a horror movie that this young woman was fighting for her life to get away from this crazy, lunatic, unhinged man who was making an attempt to kidnap her. Not at nighttime, you guys, broad daylight in Brooklyn, New York, in a subway, okay? And I believe she was just walking, minding her own business, and this tall fellow, black man, was attempting to grab her and kidnap her and maybe attempt to rape her. And she was just screaming on the top of her lungs, you guys, asking for help. And luckily, thank God, someone paid attention and actually did something and seek help for her. But mostly, when you're in New York, when things happen in broad daylight or at nighttime, people just keep walking and they don't really pay attention, especially in the subways. People don't care. People don't really pay attention to this on their phones, or they notice and they don't say anything. But thank God, another gentleman, a few gentlemen, excuse me, noticed this and said something. And before I show the footage to you guys, my husband and I had like a heated a debate discussion, and I told my husband, this video is very scary, and young women, or women in general, are not safe, especially in broad daylight, because people can just come up to you and try to attempt to kidnap you or harm you or do anything. And you would think that at nighttime it's more, um, more common, but it seemed like forget it. People will attack you broad daylight, and it doesn't matter. And then my husband said, "Well, what if she was wearing?" And I'm thinking to myself, and I asked him, "Why is that irrelevant? What she was wearing?" So I told my husband, and he saw the video too. Like she was wearing a white tank top and a black tights. And then he said that, oh, maybe that because what she was wearing, I guess the guy engaged. He thought that he wanted to engage to kidnap her. And I'm like, that is the most absurd, ridiculous thing I ever heard in my life. And I'm like saying to myself, what do you mean? Like, so you're saying that she asked for her to be attempted to get kidnapped because of what she was wearing? That's like basically saying, and I was telling my husband this, if a woman have a sports bra workout and some tights or shorts, that she deserves to get raped. And he said, no, it's not the same. Oh, basically, it is because you're judging her what she has on her body, and she deserved to be attempted to be kidnapped. And I'm like, that's absurd. That is so ridiculous. She's minding her business, walking on the platform to hop into a subway, a train, excuse me. And this lunatic, unhinged man, he's probably off his rockers. He was probably on drugs or under the influence. I don't know what the case might be. And he attempted to kidnap this woman, and this woman just screamed for dear life for this man to get away from her. You know what I mean? And he kept just coming and coming and coming, charging her and trying to attempt to kidnap her in broad daylight. And this is a tall dude, you guys, a tall dude. And thank God for her voice that she screamed and someone helped her. And then a few men beat his ass, rightfully so, beat his ass. But back to my conversation with my husband, I'm like, that makes no sense. And then he mentioned Lincoln Riley. I'm like, what? no, you're not going to do that. You know what I mean? I love my husband, but sometimes, I have to put him in his place sometimes. And we may not agree on everything. We can agree to disagree. But when he mentioned Lincoln Riley, I got upset. I'm like, Lincoln Riley, she was running at a park during a trail, okay? She was minding her business, her routine run, excuse me, and this deranged man, okay, who was undocumented, who was an illegal migrant, sought her out, okay, basically kind of like stalking her. And then when she was away from, other people in other areas, he attempted to rape her. And thank God he didn't. And then he killed her. So it doesn't matter what a woman is wearing. They don't deserve to be attacked. They don't deserve to be assaulted. They don't deserve anything like that because they have something on their body, whatever they're wearing on their clothes. So when I said that to my husband, that's very irrelevant. So it's the same thing if I'm wearing a white T-shirt and a sweatpants. I can easily be attacked. It doesn't matter what you have on. And then he was like, well, I'm just thinking of a guy perspective. And I understand most guys would think like that if you are a lunatic or if you're deranged, but a most normal but particular man would not attack a woman that's going running in a trail. Okay, a man would not attack. A man wouldn't attack a woman just going to the train in Brooklyn, New York. Okay, a normal person would not do that. Okay, in broad daylight or nighttime or whatever the case might be. But this particular man, okay, in New York, he was crazy. He was not in his right state of mind, obviously, because he made an attempt to kidnap her, and he did something heinous. And I believe the police is still trying to look for this person, and I hope they do, and find him and lock the key. Lock the key. Yeah, lock the key. Am I saying it right? Not lock the key. Throw it away the key. Excuse me. Throw it away the key and arrest him, and bye bye. And same thing with Lincoln Riley. There was justice. The man that killed her, he's deported and he's done. So it shouldn't matter what a woman is wearing, point blank, period. Okay, a woman should not deserve to be assaulted, okay, raped, attempted kidnapping. Doesn't matter because I can be wearing this and a man can still try to attack me, regardless of what you have on. So when my husband said that, I'm like, that's absurd. It's ridiculous, and I don't agree with him on that. And it shouldn't even matter. It shouldn't matter. So it's super important, when you see something, say something and do something about it. And I'm just very happy and pleased that these men stepped up and saved that young woman, and it didn't, nothing worse came out of the situation. And it's just crazy. I just feel like, no one's safe during broad daylight because anything can happen. You can go in your car at a supermarket, unload your groceries, and someone can come behind you and abduct you and do crazy things. It can happen, nighttime or daytime. You're just not safe. However, we all have to pay attention to our surroundings and be safe and make sure that you have certain, and I'm not certain. I wouldn't say weapons, but certain things that you can defend yourself. Pepper spray, mace. I know certain states you're not allowed to have it, especially in New York, because I used to live in New York. You're not allowed to have mace or pepper spray. I know certain, or tasers. I know certain states you can, like the state of Florida, you can have a taser, which I do have. You can have mace, I believe, and pepper spray, which I do have, which is great. Some states you're not allowed to have it, but we all have, us women and men too, because some men get assaulted and kidnapped as well. But majority of the case that we all need to protect ourselves and be aware of our surroundings. And if you see something that's unusual and something seems unsuspect, do something about it. And I'm glad, like I said, these men stepped up and said something. Not say something, but do something about it in regards to this attempted kidnapping with this young woman. And I'm going to let you see the footage of this. It's just crazy. Sorry. Oops, I am so sorry. Look at that. There we go. We're back. Sorry. Love computers. Love technology, Anyway, take a look at this creepy guy trying to snatch this girl on the subway in Brooklyn. Yeah, I believe it's Brooklyn. They say Queens, New York, but Brooklyn, Queens, I know it's a different borough, but I believe it's in Brooklyn. And like I said, take a listen. As you can see, that white outfit, the tall dude, that's him. He's trying to kidnap. So he was trying to grab her. Crazy. Broad daylight, too. Look at his ass. That's it. That's it. Beat his ass. That's it. F him up. That's her. Now pause. Now listen. Okay, I spoke. It's not leggings, it's jeans. Okay, she's wearing a black skinny jeans, a sneaker, and a white. It's not even a tank top. It's kind of like a tank top, but still. Okay, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what she was wearing. No one should not be trying to make an attempted kidnapping or assault or any woman. It doesn't matter what the hell you got on. Period. It's like when a woman says no, she means no. Okay, point blank. Period. And there's no excuse of that.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Get that, nigga. Somebody try to tell you something, chill the fuck out. Now you got it.
Wow. Now you got it. Well said. And he needs to chill the F out. I couldn't agree with that gentleman even more. I'm glad these men are stepping up now. These masculine men, it's about freaking time. If you see something, say something. Or do something. Do something about it. Especially, she tried to call, she called 911. She said it's going to take a minute for police officers to get there. And listen, you had these men step up and beat that man's ass, rightfully so, because he was just not compliant. He was not just compliant. And that's it. That is it. So I'm glad that young woman escaped. It could have been a lot worse in that situation. And, that voice, she screamed in the top of her lungs and people heard it. Some people recorded it. But again, I am glad that she is safe. I don't know who she is. And I'm glad these men, and I want to say thank you, gentlemen. Thank you for stepping up and doing something about it. And you really saved that young woman's life. You really did, because the whole situation could have been 10 times worse. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. That's it. And if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts about this. And before I let you go, this is a scary world. It really is. We all need to, protect ourselves. And again, like I said, pay attention to our surroundings, because you just never know what things can happen, God forbid. And just stay strong, stay safe. And again, thank you so much for watching. Love you all, and I will see you guys next time.